All right, here we are. Another week of Take Two Tuesday. Welcome. Hello, my friends. How are you all doing today? Great to have you here with me. Tuesday. Where are we? We're moving through February 18th. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. My name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Southern California. Welcome, everyone. Let's say hi to some of you out there. Get a few names here. Hi, Bonnie, Shelby, and Gloria, and Melissa. Who else? Okie Karen, Bear Blue. Welcome. I can see a lot of regulars here. Jill Clevenger. Hi, Jill. Welcome, Frank and Sharon and Norma. Oh, I got to say hi to Norma, especially. Welcome, Janet. Awesome. Welcome. I'm glad to have all of you here. We're going to have some fun today. Here at Take Two Tuesday, if you're new, we take a look. We go back here at the Stamps of Life and we look at some items from the past, from the Stamps of Life that they're not retired items, but they're items you can still get. You can find on our website. Now, the thing is, that's new for a lot of you. And for a lot of you, this is a kind of a review or refresher. Maybe you have forgotten about some of these items. And when you see the samples and what we can do with them and some ideas from our design team, it might spark some interest for you to break out some of those new items. So that's what we're trying to do. Who else is here? Hi, Linda and Shauna and Diane, Jeanette, Cynthia. Awesome. We're off to a great start here. Let's see. I do have news, kind of things to update on. To give you a kind of a review today, we have a quick item, a real short one, just because we're getting close to the Easter season. But I only do have a couple of card samples that I can find. There are more on the website, but I'll just give a brief introduction for that item. And then we are going to look at we have a fold it and also a flip it. So we have a good mix of items today. And the two that I worked with when I kind of look at the dies or the stamps that we'll be reviewing, so I kind of have a feel of how they're going to work. Every once in a while, there's a die that I'm not, how does this work exactly? So if I test it, then I can kind of figure out what's going on ahead of time. So that's what I try to do. And I was practicing with these a little bit yesterday, and they were coming out really nice. So I was happy with them. I think you'll like these, especially if you have them already. Now, if you don't have them, again, they're on the website, so you can find them. When the video's over, I will always add the links to the items in the comment section down below me, or down below where this video would be on YouTube and Facebook. All of the items that we'll look at, there will be links for those, okay? So you can find the links in the comment section down below. Now, I want to get everybody involved and excited, so we have to do our question to start off. This is just for fun. And I want everybody to participate, okay? Don't be shy. The more you get involved, the more interesting this is. So my question for you today, these are always just random questions. They usually don't hardly have to do with anything that we're talking about, but just something to get us thinking and to know a little bit about each other and to have hopefully some fun. So my question for you, and this can be any type of, well, I'll just ask the question first and then I'll give you more. What is the best concert you have ever attended? So it could be somebody really famous. It could be a family member, or it could be maybe some local show that you saw, or some school, or think of any kind of concert that you have attended. What is the one that pops into your mind? What is the best concert you have ever attended? That is our question to kind of get things started off. So make sure, please add your comments down there. Now, if you're watching this at a later time, we still want to hear what you have to say. So if you're watching the replay, type replay, and then like this question, answer down in the comment section below, and yeah, just get involved. So we want everybody to do that, so you don't miss out. You can still get in and answer the question. So here we have some good ones already, I see. So Diane says Kenny Rogers. Awesome, I like that. Norma says Eagles Farewell. Lori says Carrie Underwood. Melissa says Reba McEntire. Shauna says Blake Shelton. You guys have all seen a lot of famous people. Shelby says Beach Boys. Bear Blue says Bee Gees. Fun. Going back in time. Cynthia says Madonna. Great. Let's see. I haven't been to many other than my. Oh, that's all right, Jill. So your kids have to be your favorite, right? Bonnie says Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Fun. Donnie Marie. Oh, wow. In Los Angeles. That must have been going back in time. Oh, Lydia. That's a good one too. Rolling Stones. That was the one I was thinking about. Okay, for me, this is going way back in time. 1980. This is going way, way, way back in time. Who else? Janice got Bon Jovi. Jamie says Johnny Cash. Okay, going back, my dad was really nice and he was into music. And when I was young, he took me to a lot of fun concerts. We saw like Rod Stewart. This is in the late 70s. And I was like 10, 12 years old. Linda Ronstadt. Did we see Fleetwood Mac? Not for sure. Then a little bit later, I saw Prince several times. We've been to like Toby Mac concerts more recently. And we just went to this awesome cover band. What are they called? Hindley Street Country Club. They do a ton of videos on YouTube, and they like they cover songs from the 70s and 80s. They're awesome. We went and saw that about a month ago, Stephanie and I. That was fun. Stephanie's actually been to a Michael Jackson concert. So we have seen a lot of famous people, but the one that really stands out to me was in 1980. I went to the Los Angeles Coliseum, and it was I got to get out of school. My dad talked my friend's parents into letting him go too. I think we were 12, and we went to the LA Coliseum, and it was for the Rolling Stones. And of course, it was a rowdy crowd, but the cool thing was Prince was there to open, and then they had Jay Giles Band and George Thorogood and the Destroyers, and then the Rolling Stones. So it was like all day long event. But nobody knew Prince at that time. Like, he was new, and his music was a lot different than the other people. And he actually got booed off the stage. They were throwing stuff at him. And I was a kid, so I wasn't like booing him or anything. I just didn't know the music, but I felt bad because then we just got stuck there doing nothing. We're out in the hot sun and there's no music or anything. So a bunch of dummies. But I remember just that experience of going, and we got these cool t-shirts that had like this big dragon on it. And of course, it had Rolling Stones tour and all that stuff. It was totally fun. So when that pops into my mind, just the total experience of getting to see all those bands, getting out of school, and hanging out at the LA Coliseum in the daytime was very fun. So I hope you guys all had great experiences like that. It's fun. I love music. Music is awesome. All right, let's keep moving on. What are we going to do here? Okay, I want to give you a review. Oh, first thing, I saw Norma in the chat. So Norma came by yesterday to the Stamps of Life store, and she brought us cookies. So Norma, I want to say thank you. If you've never had these cookies, they're delicious. And they have all kinds of different varieties. And my understanding is you might go to the store one day and they'll have a certain number of cookies and varieties, but then the next time it could change. So they give you a great selection, but I don't think you can always count on the one that you really love the most the next time you're there. So that's one tricky thing about it. That's the way I think it works. I'm not 100% sure, but thank you, Norma. Yep, we passed the cookies around here, and you can tell the box is empty. The box is empty, so all the cookies are gone. Let's see what else. Let me change my little media thing here real quick and get our Take Two Tuesday sign up. Where are we? Okay, got that. And we're going to get the show on the road here. What else? If you haven't been on the website, on Saturday, new items were added to the website. So let me show you that briefly. We're always adding items to the website. If you ever see anything sold out, make sure that you always that you add in the little notification. I'll see if I see an item that's sold out on here. Let's see. Oh, I still haven't got that right. Oh, let's get rid of my name and stuff. There we go. I can do this. I know I can. Why is it not showing up? There we are. Great. Oh, one of my cameras is out, but not that one. Let me switch over to the. Okay, so on the website, you see these new ones. I know Stephanie showed a sneak peek of this one last week on Crafting Corner. So everybody was pretty excited about that. That's the Easter egg drop-in, and that works on a card front really nice. And then you got the Chubby Chicky. That's a lot to say. And then nice faith fold it. So that is all on the website. And then if you scroll down, let's see, we might have taken the item off that was sold out. We have the new storage thing. What else is on here? Looks like everything's in stock in there. But if you ever find anything that is sold out, what was the one that did sell out the other day? I wanted to mention that because I wanted you guys to know about it. What was that one that is And oh, the bunny. I know the bunny. So type in bunny. That's what I'm doing. And then this bunny here is the one that is sold out. So you see that little notify me button? You just want to click that. That will send an email to you when it's back in stock. So that was a popular one. They took it off the main page just not to upset everybody that it wasn't available, but it should be ready in a week or two. So if you click that notify me button, when it comes back in stock, you're going to get a notification. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you guys, if you're on your account, if you want to sign in, I'm going to sign into my account. I think this will work. Let me try. And I want to show you the promotion that we're doing now. It is, where is our little promotion? Oh, not that one. So we're on the website. No. So we have the Share the Love promotion. So if you go into your account, you click on my account there, and then my account. And right when you come to this page, this is the Share the Love program right here. So we are having a special, and this is only through the end of the month. If you have a friend who wants to sign up, you can add their name here. We'll send them an email. You'll add their email, and we'll send them a way that they can sign up. What happens when one of your friends signs up? They get a $10 gift certificate extra for signing up that you can use on the Stamps of Life website, and you also get one. There's also another way you can do this. If you go to the left where it says Earn Referral Rewards right here, this link here, you just copy it. And if you want to go on Facebook, or if you make YouTube videos, or you're on Instagram, Instagram might not work as well because you can't copy the links that are there. But if you're on Facebook or YouTube, anywhere you post, I don't know if any of you do TikTok or that kind of stuff, or if you want to text this out, you just text out this link or post it. And if anybody clicks it and uses it, you get a $10 gift certificate when they sign up. So it's just an easy way to, if you go on Facebook and you say, you know what, you guys, I really love the Stamps of Life. I have this special code that if you use this, you're going to get a $10 gift certificate when you sign up. Whoever uses the code gets the $10, and you also get it. So you can just post it. You can post a picture of maybe a card you make or a card you like from our website that you can copy and take a picture of and then add it to your post. It's an easy way for you to get a little bit of extra cash and for your friend to save a little and share the love. You get to share the Stamps of Life clubs with a friend. So think about that, the couple options that are there on the website. I hope that you guys know about that promotion and that you are going to do that. Let's see, this Wednesday we have, what do we have going on? Wednesday we have a special live release with Stephanie. There are going to be some brand new items that are part of the 20th release, but these are going to be different items than normal. So you're going to be in for a nice surprise. It's not just plain stamps and die. I mean, stamps and dies are fun, right? But it's not going to just be plain old stamps and dies. You're going to want to visit the website this Wednesday night. Stephanie will be live on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So we'll have a nice presentation. That'll start at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. And so don't miss that. Set yourself a reminder. Excuse me. And then, I might as well tell you about that too. The card kit. I started shipping card kits yesterday. I know the post office was closed and everything, but we were able to get our card kit shipped out yesterday. If you're not in the card kit club right now, you can sign up on our website. It's got all this fun stuff in there. Paper pads, cardstock, ribbon, and this nice, I always like to show the big main. You get this nice folded picnic basket. It's included in the kit. You get that. So all this fun stuff. That's the February kit called Wishing You Happiness. So we shipped it yesterday, but if you still want to get one, we do have some left and we can get it sent out to you really quick. Fun thing on those, the shipping price is included. So you don't pay anything for shipping. It's the kit price is all you pay unless you have sales tax on that. So that is on the website. And then last thing, Stephanie's Crafting Corner will be Thursday. So we have Wednesday and Thursday. We have a busy week. So set your reminders, tell your friends, all that cool stuff. Let's get started. The first item I have, and this one again is just going to be a brief one. Let's see how our chat is doing over there. See who is with us. Welcome everyone. Hi Beth. Ruth made it. Awesome. Did I say hi, Lori? Barbara. Hi. Again, if you came to the store yesterday, like Norma, thanks for coming by. It was good to see you. It wasn't very busy, but it was a holiday. I was here, so I said, might as well open. So we tried. And I think everybody who came by had a good time, at least. I know we had some shoppers who spent quite a bit of time here. Okay, this one is called Easter Kids from March of 2021. Now, Easter's late this year, about 2 months away from Easter. So this is a die set and a stamp set. Let me see if I can show you what I have here in hand. Maybe you can see these a little better than when I'm holding them over here. I need a little stand over here. That's what I need. I'm going to get a stand someday. Whoops. Can't quite see that. Let's see. So here I can hold them. So we get these. They're sold. Whoops. What happened? My camera's a little bit off. Let me poke that down a little bit. Awesome. There we go. So there's a stamp set. And the dies that match, you get a bunch of fun sayings in there. Happy Easter. Why am I getting that light on there? Oh, for peeps' sake, let's hang with our peeps. You're a cute chick, just hatched. Hey, chickie. So that's kind of like a peeps themed character for Easter. And it'll be fun. Let me show you the couple cards I have before we go over to the website. So this is made with a box card die set here. And this has always been one of our most popular cards. It's really nice. So you can create it like that. You can add all your fun stuff on the inside. There's different layers. And then look, it just folds up into an A2 size card. This really, really is easy. There's one big die that will cut out this whole box. And then you're just going to adhere it together right there. And then you can decorate and do all the fun extra stuff with you. I think if you don't have this box card, you really would like it. Really, really would like it. And it's called exclusive box card. We do have a 5x7 also, but this was the first one that we came out with, and I think the most popular. Let me see. I still need to go a little bit lower there. Okay, that's good. And then I have one more, a slimline. And I don't know why I don't have all the card samples here, but this is what I found. And with Easter coming up, again, about 2 months away, I thought I'd mention this one. Where the rest of the samples went, I don't know, but I can show you. Let me show you the ones that are on the website real quick. Let's see. So you just type in, I already have it pulled up here, Easter Kids, and it's right there. You'll want to see this. And then you'll see a whole bunch more ideas. So these ideas are way better than the ones that I have in studio just because there's a whole lot more. So let's scroll through these. All these items, all these are on the website. So if you need ideas using this stamp set, you can find it right here. So that is the Easter Kids for TSOL, for the Stamps of Life stamp set and die set. Those are available on our website. There's the stamps. It has a total of 7 stamps in there. Remember, made in the USA stamps. So you're going to get nice, high quality impressions. Then there's the die set that goes with it. And then there's some other Easter Kids stuff there if you want to add on. So there's some extras. But I wanted to show you that one set real quick today, okay? Next up, let's go ahead and switch over here. See how everybody's hi, love to Hula and Annette. Hi, Annette. Annette was here for a long time yesterday. Welcome, everybody. Okay, let's see. We're up to our next item already. We're moving along. Let me find my little banner for that. We will have some fun facts coming up after a little bit later, but coming up soon, we're going to do a quiz together. This time, we're not going to try to do a game. I tried to do the game last week. It was a fail. But so this week, I'm just keeping it simple. We'll do this quiz. There are a lot of questions. And so I'm going to need your help. And we're going to try to speed through them and see if we can do them fast. So when I'm going to post post the questions up here, and then I'll need you to pick the answer as fast as you can. And we'll try to get through those, see how many we can get right. I think there's a bunch of questions, but we might be able to do pretty good. Usually when we team up, we get a lot of these answers right. Takes a team effort, because if you're counting on me to get a lot of these crazy questions right, it's probably not going to happen. Okay, where are we now? I'm chatting too much here. rectangle flip it. Stamps of Life rectangle flip it from, where is it? This is going way back in time. I can't even see that small. Let me see. October of what? October of 2015. Were any of you with us in October of 2015? Let me check the chat. Were any of you a club member? Hi, Tasha, Danielle. Were any of you club members or customers of the Stamps of Life in 2015? This is 10 years ago. Almost 9.5 years ago. 9.5 years ago. We came out with this awesome Flip It, and it really is awesome. I have already, like I said, I already did some die cuts with it yesterday, and it is cool. Let's check it out on the website real quick. All right, there we go. So you get a lot of dies. Now, I know this is always the scary part, but you don't have to be afraid. 19 dies. 19 dies. Oh. Even before we continue on this, I want to remind you we are doing our devotional at the end today too. Okay, we're going to be in Matthew 26. If you wanted to get ready, did I get my Bible? Oh, what did I do? Oh yeah, I have my tablet. So Matthew 26, we'll do an overview of that. I forgot to mention that, and then we'll have a focus part too. So Matthew chapter 26, if you're following us with that. So the rectangle flip it, 19 dies. Wow, but don't be afraid, because 1, 2, 3 dies do most of the work here, and then you have a lot that you can use for decoration. But this one here in the middle is cool because it holds a gift card. And that's one thing I forgot. I was going to show you how you put the gift card in there, so I might have to jump off camera for a second so to show you how that works when we make the card. But 3 dies do almost all of the work, okay? So don't be afraid of the die count. And then you have these nice samples here. You can use this one any time of the year. Of course, Christmas is past. You can just add flowers for spring or Easter. Here's an example right there of the gift card right there on the inside of that. Nice. And Stephanie will have a video on there, a couple videos, and there's all the dies you get. More Christmassy ideas. There's the gift card type item in there. That's just one of our business cards, but just picture a gift card there. So we have Easter coming up. We have, if you have a birthday, maybe you're somebody celebrating an anniversary, or what else? What else is coming up? What else is coming up? Oh, the big thing, graduations. Yeah, you can just give a gift card in one of these. It's fun and easy. And the card's interesting because it moves. Let's see, who's been around with us? Tasha says she just got here. Diane says, no, she wasn't here that long ago. Belinda says, I was. So all the way back in 2015. Bonnie, yes, 2015. Susan, 2016. Awesome, Susan. Tasha, I think I was. And Beth says, yep, she was. And Belinda said, I've been a member 4 times. I leave for a while, but always come back. You're always welcome to come back. Any of you, if you ever have to take a break or you just get tired of us after a while, you're always welcome to come back. Let's see. Nancy says hello. Hi, Nancy. Tasha says, my birthday is this 23rd. Happy birthday almost, Tasha. Hi, good morning, Shelly. And Jeanette's been here for 2 years. Well, we're happy to have you here, Jeanette. Before you know it, it'll be 10 or 15 years. Time goes that fast. So this is our flip it. And I will show you that to you in just a minute. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and let me switch back over to me. Let's go ahead and we're going to do I'm going to try to do this. We're going to do our quiz together right now. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I leave that? All right. So this quiz is pretty easy. There are a lot of questions, but it's kind of Valentine's based. Should I have done this last week? Yes, I should have done it last week. You're right. But I kind of missed that because we did that game that didn't work out, and I didn't want to just let Valentine's go away. So this is a Valentine's quiz. Valentine's quiz. If we get a bunch wrong, no big deal. We're just having fun. We're trying to think and share a little time together. So that is the point of doing this. This is for fun, but I need everybody to help out with these questions because I already know a lot of them. I'm not going to get them. So please help me out. How are you going to help me out? You're going to add your answer in the chat. All right. So I'm going to pull up the quiz, and I think it makes us answer them all. And then after we've answered them all, no, I think it tells us as each one as we go through. So we'll know how many we're getting right. So if somebody wants to keep track of for us, because I think there's 25. That's a lot, but let's try. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. So here we go. Let me find that. And all right, I see the questions on my screen. I'm going to try to add them to your screen and see if you can see them. And again, I need your guys' help, so make sure you help me out on this, all right? If you see a bunch of commercials pop up on the side, don't pay attention to them. This is like one of those websites where they just try to get you there and hope that you click on some stuff. So just ignore all the ads or anything. I don't think there's anything crazy, but just in case. Let's see. That did not work. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share this screen. Share. No, it's not sharing. No, I don't want to move. Okay, here we go. I got it. All right. Here's our questions. So you guys got to help me out. Who said, where there is love, there is life? The Dalai Lama, Gandhi, Pope John Paul II, or Mother Teresa? Who said that? Where there is love, there is life. So think Valentine's, but these are all kind of random questions. Anybody know this one? Who said, where there is love, there is life? Cynthia, 2019, awesome. Susan, 2018. Who's going to help me out? I have no answers in this. Sylvie said Mother Teresa with a question mark. Anybody else? Okay, we got two Mother Teresas, so we're going to do that because we don't want to be here forever, right? Oh, we already got one wrong. You guys. I didn't know it, so Gandhi was the right answer. What's another name for a humorous Valentine? Vino Valentine, Vinegar Valentine, Vintner Valentine, or Vulgar Valentine? Does anybody know this one? Everybody who said Mother Teresa, wrong. What is another name for a humorous Valentine? Vino Valentine, Vinegar Valentine, or Vintner? I don't know. This is a weird one. I wouldn't say it's vulgar or vinegar. Vino, Diane says. We're going to go with that. You're vulgar, Beth says. Well, okay, we have two vulgars. Vintner, oh boy, this is going to be tough. I don't think it's vulgar. We're going to, if we get this one wrong, it's on me. I'm going to go with vino. Nope, it was vinegar. Oh my gosh, we're 0 for 2. This is terrible. The main characters have their first encounter at Bloomingdale's in which film? This is 40. Serendipity, Safe Haven, and Maudie. Which one of these movies have their main characters have their first encounter at a Bloomingdale's? At a Bloomingdale's. The main characters have their first encounter at Bloomingdale's in which film? Does anybody know this one? Oh, I don't know any of these movies. They meet at Bloomingdale's. They meet at Bloomingdale's. Nobody's going to help me on this one. This is 40. I keep getting these question marks after some of these answers, you guys. We have no confidence in this. Serendipity. Okay, we have two Serendipity, so I guess we're going to try that one. Okay, 1 for 3. Now we're on fire. In Greek mythology, what name is associated with the counterpart of Cupid? So Greek mythology, is it Hermes, Ares, Dionysus, or Eros? Which one of these in Greek mythology is the counterpart of Cupid? Anybody know? Counterpart of Cupid. I didn't know Cupid had a counterpart, to be honest. We're going really slow. Eros. Okay. Oh, I see a couple of those. Yes. All right. Now we're moving. 2 for 4. What is the approximate annual production of roses for Valentine's Day? 100 million, 250 million, 500 million, or a billion? Wow. I think it's got to be like a billion. What do you guys think? How many flowers for Valentine's Day? How many flowers for Valentine's Day? I'm aiming for the high one. I think a billion too, you guys. I think the other two are too low. It's got to be 500 or a billion. Let's see. Well, the first two said billion, so I'm going to go billion. No, we were way off. It was 250. Who said 250? Diane, you got that one right. Which Spanish word translates to a love? Somebody must know this one. Amistad, felicidad, amor, pasión. This one's easy. Even I know this one. Anybody gonna help? I say amor. I'm just gonna answer yes. All right. We're 50-50. We're officially getting an F still, you guys. Which singer had a 1985 hit with The Greatest Love of All? Cyndi Lauper, Whitney Houston, Tiffany, or Madonna? I know this one too. Does anybody else know it? Which singer had a 1985 hit with The Greatest Love of All? I'm going to start getting my cards ready for this next section. This is an easy one. You guys should know this one. Whitney, yes. Okay, we're just going to go crank. Whitney, yes. That's 4. Who said if you would be loved, love and be lovable? Huh? Who said if you would be loved, love and be lovable? I don't know this one. You guys know this quote? Does anybody know this quote? Who said if you would be loved, love and be lovable? This is a hard one because I've never heard of this saying. Has anybody even heard of this saying? And it's all guys who said it in the answers. Adams. Okay. Belinda says Adams. So we're going to, nope. Sorry. Thanks a lot, Belinda. You helped us get that one wrong. Who was it? It wasn't Whitney Houston. It was, we missed that one. It was Benjamin Franklin. Susan said Ben, and so did Cynthia. We should have waited for you guys. Which band performed the song called Crazy Little Thing Called Love? U2, the Rolling Stones, Queen, the Beatles. I know this one. I'm not going to wait for you guys. Queen. I think we're still about maybe 5 out of 9, right? The idea of giving candy as a gift for Valentine's Day is believed to have begun with which famous play? Does anybody remember candy being given in any of these plays? Merchant of Venice, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth. Does anybody remember? Do any of these plays have candy in it as a gift? I don't remember watching any of these plays. I remember reading the book Romeo and Juliet and in high school. Wasn't my favorite with that kind of English. Belinda, you say Merchant of Venice. Sylvie says Merchant. Okay, we're going to go with that one, you guys. Nope. It was Hamlet. Hamlet. I'm not going to say anything because I would not have known that one. Let's do a few more here. Let's see. Which flower represents hopeless love? Hopeless love. Hopeless love. Poppy, daffodil, rose, or gardenia? Hopeless love. Isn't a rose like supposed to mean real love? So I would say not that one. Poppy, daffodil, rose, or gardenia? Anybody know? Anybody know that one? Which flower represents hopeless love? Does that mean like love that doesn't work out? I'm getting all kinds of different answers. You guys are not helping me. Okay, we have 2 for that one. I don't know, Shelly. Represents hopeless love. You guys are putting me in a difficult spot here. I have 2 daffodils and 2 gardenias. Now here's another gardenia. So let's go with that. No, it was poppy. Nobody said poppy. Wow, we're bad. We're doing really bad. What was the name of the Roman festival where Valentine's Day started? Do any of you know your Roman festivals? This is a hard one. Ludden, Lollapalooza, Lupercalia, Ludwig. Have any of you heard any of these? Have any of you heard of any of these famous Roman festivals? I don't know. Yeah, Belinda said, I thought poppies were for veterans. Well, I guess veterans and people who know that love is not going to work out. Okay, Cynthia, I'm just going to go with that. You don't have a question mark behind that. So let's try Ludden. Nope. Lupercalia. The song, we're doing terrible at this today, you guys. The song Let's Get It On is featured on the 2000 soundtrack of the movie High Fidelity. Who sings it? Easy one. I'm not going to wait for you guys. Marvin Gaye. Who said, excuse me, love sought is good, but given unsought is better? I do not know any of these quotes. Who said love sought is good, but given unsought is better? Ovid, Shakespeare, Nietzsche, is that how you say it, or Voltaire? Does anybody know this quote? There are getting some tough things in here that you might think you know a little bit about love and Valentine's, but Sylvie says Shakespeare. Anybody else? Love sought is good, but given unsought is better. Voltaire. I'm getting some random. Okay, I have two Voltaire, so we're going to go with that one. No. It was Shakespeare. Who said Shakespeare? Who said Shakespeare? Sylvie, I'm sorry. I blew that one. You got outvoted, and I went with other people. Darn. St. Valentine's Day helped young lovers marry against the wishes of which Roman emperor? Who said no getting married? Wow. That guy's a tough guy. No getting married. That's really getting into your personal business, right? When the emperor says nobody can get married. Julius, Tiberius, Augustus, or Claudius? I just don't know my Roman history. They said no. Which emperor said nobody's getting married? Claudius. Okay, Ellen, we're going to go with that. Good job, Ellen. You bailed us out. Because nobody else knew that one. At least I didn't. Couple more. Let's do, what are we on? We are we just did, I skipped something here. Sorry. Oh, there we go. 16. What percentage of women send, this is terrible, you guys. What percentage of women send themselves flowers on Valentine's Day? I really hope it's 0, but that's not one of the options. Do any of you send yourself flowers on Valentine's Day? And what is the percent? Sylvie says 50%. No. Ellen says 20. Cynthia says 15. You guys, it can't be 50%. That would be terrible. Where are all the guys? It's got to be 15 or 20. A lot of you are saying 20, so we're going to try 20, okay? No, 15. All right, those are close, so we got that one half wrong. What did the prodigious lover Casanova eat for breakfast to maintain virility? Casanova, what did he eat for breakfast? Raw meat, eggs, grapes, or oysters? Sorry. Where did that one go? Raw meat. It's skipping around. I'm not doing this. It's skipping on me. No. What is that? Sorry, you guys. The questions are skipping away from me here. Oysters. Okay. You guys all got that one. Oysters. Awesome. We got it. What day of the week was Valentine's Day in 2022 celebrated? That's like a trick question. What is that? 3 years ago? So this year was on a Friday. So maybe I say Monday. I got one. 19. Which war brought the tradition of sending Valentines to the United States? Which war brought the tradition of sending Valentines to the United States? It can't be Vietnam or World War II. It can't be I say the Civil War. What do you guys say? Which war brought the tradition of sending Valentines to the United States? I say Civil War. That was like around 1850. Ellen says World War II. No, Ruth, Saturday was wrong. I got that one right Monday. You guys think World War II. Okay, I'm going to guess that, but I'm saying it's Civil War. Oh, Revolutionary. Last question. Is anybody keeping track of how many we got right? I think we're getting an F. What romantic song is featured in the movie Say Anything? What is the romantic song? All for Love, Your Eyes, I'm All Out of Love, and Wonderful Tonight. What romantic song is featured in the movie Say Anything? I don't even know if I saw that movie. Does anybody know? All for Love, Your Eyes, I'm All Out of Love, and Wonderful Tonight. Does anybody know the song, the romantic song from Say Anything? Your Eyes. Okay, Your Eyes. I see a couple of Your Eyes. I do see an All for Love. Anybody else? This is our last question. We're done because we're failing today. I'm going to do Your Eyes. All right, Your Eyes is correct. Did anybody keep track? Did anybody keep track of how many we got right? Did anybody keep track of how many we got right? I am estimating 50%. Does anybody know how many we got right today? It was pretty sad. It was pretty sad, but I'm estimating 50%. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Does anybody keep track? Because I don't think we want to know, but we're just going to say we got an F and leave it at that, and we'll say 50%. It could be less than 50%. We got 10 right, Tasha says. That's 50%. That is sad, you guys. We got to work on our Valentine trivia for sure. Okay, I'm going to show you these card samples, and then I'm going to die cut. So let's do that. Number 2. Moving on. All right, here we go. We have a lot of good samples from our design team. And this one looks like you just, ooh, there's a good card. I'm going to reuse this one. So here's one. And there you see the gift card right there in the center. Let me move that down a little bit more still. All right. Gift cards right there in the center. Awesome. Rectangle. Whoosh. Remember I said 3 dies? One big die on the outside. This die here and this die here does the inside panels. Easy. Here we have a let your dreams be your wings. Nice. Just using the flowers there. Opens up. You do have space if you want to write something there on the inside, and it has the little notches there where you could add your gift card. For you. Nice one. For you. Awesome. That's a pretty pink one. All right, we got our little bird on there. I think that's from Bird to Stamp. You are so tweet. Lots of pretty colors. And this one, you don't have to use the gift card option. That's up to you. Okay. You rock. It says just using pattern papers on most of these, you guys. Pattern papers and solids. Thank you. Make a wish. Make a wish. Celebrate everything with a Diet Coke. Ooh, Stephanie must have made this one. Make a wish with a Diet Coke. Ooh, yep. I think that might have been Stephanie. And this it's not St. Patrick's, but certainly getting the idea with the gold and the greens, right? You rock. Does this have the spot for the gift card? Yep. Look, they even added a gift card in there. I might have to check to see if there's anything left on this. I bet it's empty, but you never know. Haha. I'm just joking. Okay, just joking. All right. Let's check out this die set. I'll show you how easy it is to use. Let's move over to our work table. I think my sound is okay. You guys can hear me okay, I think. Oh, it's a little bit low. Sorry if the volume's a little bit low. Let me turn it up a notch here and see if that helps. Okay, got my workstation ready to go. Here we go. Let's move over there. And Gail says she loves Flip It. Well, this one is awesome, Gail. It's an easy one. And if you're not familiar with Flip It's from the Stamps of Life, they usually are super duper easy. Like I said, a lot of them, there are some basic ones, but most of them come with like some decorative dies and this kind of stuff, the extra things. But you usually have just a few dies that are going to do all of the work. Okay, so let's get those out. And I'll show you just kind of how the basic die set works. The 3 dies we're going to use. Whoops. Didn't I open this yesterday? If you are joining us late, I want to remind you that this is recorded. So you can jump back in after it ends and you can start at the beginning. And if you think you missed out on any of the fun, you can go back and watch it. Or maybe if there's some information you wanted to know about, you can also replay it. And if you like or share these videos, it really helps a lot. So if you see a like button anywhere on your screen, sometimes you have to scroll a little bit, but if you can hit this like button, and if you're any place where you can share, again, you can just post this kind of stuff. Like I said, you could post the, excuse me, the referral codes to get you that $10 gift certificate and one for anybody who signs up. You can post that on Facebook or wherever you post, and same thing. If you want to share videos like this, any of the Stamps of Life videos, the crafting corner, or when new items come out, Take Two Tuesday, all of those, you can just add them to your to your post with the share button. A lot of these streams have the share button down at the bottom, so watch for that. So here's the big die. It's going to do most of the work. Yesterday I did a white base, but what I noticed is kind of fun. You just have to be prepared ahead of time. The panels that fit over the dies that fit over the main card base are there's a little bit of a gap, space. So you really see whatever card color you pick, which I'm going to pick this darker one here, you're going to really see that base underneath it. And then I'm going to get some, maybe a solid and maybe a pattern paper. I don't know. So I got all this kind of extra stuff around here. This looks like a licorice maybe. And then I have, this is Home with Friends. There's some different pattern papers. Maybe we'll find something in there that will kind of mix on that. Or I have these two, but let's put all that to the side. And let's go ahead and run this through. And I did not do this at the beginning yesterday, but if I want to have that notch in there to hold my card, I think I should add it in first. You know what? No, I'm going to wait because I don't know which way this folds. I'm not real familiar with that. So if I add the notches right now, they might be on the wrong side. So let's wait for that. Now, when you go up to add this, like here, remember, you want to have your die at just a slight angle. If I went perfectly straight, I'm just going to get that bump, that like clicking where sometimes things jump around. Usually not a big deal, but if you just do a slight angle, it usually solves that problem. And like I said, usually it's not a problem, but just it's kind of good to get in the habit of doing that. And here we go. Again, super easy. Here is my card base already. I'm just going to fold it. You take your card like this. I just picked it up right off the machine, fold it in half, and then you kind of fold it back that way. Look, oh wow, that even already has some interesting, because there was some texture on the back of this. I didn't notice that. So look, there's already a bit of a design there. So on this one, if I just wanted to add some words, it already has something interesting there. Then you open it up, and we want to have the gift card in there. So the little notch is going to have to go in on the inside. So when we ran it through, if I would have put it on this side, the notch would have been here, which is okay, but then it's on the front of the card, which is better to have the card on the inside. That's what I think anyway. So we've got that, and we're going to go ahead and run this through one more time. We're going to, let's see, we want that to be this way. Here's the notch that will, the die that will create those notches to hold our gift card. We want that to be face down. And it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but somewhere kind of in the general area of the center of that little rectangle. And again, this is the Stamps of Life rectangle. Flip it, die set way back. What did we say, 2015 or 2016, something like that? So this is going to create the notches for us, I believe. Lisa did yesterday. We'll see what happens today. Yeah, so there they are. And see how those just kind of flip up there? Great. So we are on the right path. There is our card front. Oh, what did I do? This time they came all the way through. Well, I guess you would have to decorate that. You would have to fill in something because I don't think you want to see those notches on the front. So that's one thing I will have to figure out. I think you just take another rectangle and add it over the inside. That's what I think. So if you have a layering die, let me see if I can look at any of these other ones here. Yeah, so they added an extra layer to cover up that because it will cut through. So you're going to have to decorate something. Here I thought I could just use all of this just as it is, but you're going to have to add a layer here. Otherwise, you're going to see those notches on the front of your card. And you probably don't want that. So just think layering die here to add into that square. All right, so we've got that. And now I said how easy it is. I guess to do the gift card, we actually had to use 4 dies, but it is pretty easy so far, right? Now we're going to use, these are for our panels. And let's find something here that will look nice. I've got this. I could use this maybe for one solid spot, and these kind of match. And they might look good on the black. So again, we're just looking basic right now. You can decorate, you can add flowers to yours, whatever you want to do. I got to keep this show moving. So we're just going to go nice solids and just show you how easy it is to get kind of the foundation of the card ready to go. And then, of course, like you saw these other card samples. Let me see if I can get any of them on picture screen here. You have all these other samples of great ways that you can really decorate and make yours really unique and special and fancy. But for me, we're just doing basic right here. And I'm just trying to show you your foundation. If you had to make a bunch of these cards, you could do it really fast. The flip-its are easy. You heard my speed bump there. I wasn't paying attention to how my dies were lined up there. Oh, I'm going to get these two pieces cut out here. And there's my 1 and 2. So just from these 2 pieces, I could get a bunch more of these smaller ones. And here I think I could get 1 more. So I could get 2 cards out of just these 2 little pieces of cardstock if I was making a bunch of them. I've got that. And I need to kind of line these up. So that one's going to go on there. And that one's going to go under there. So let's get our adhesive on the right side. I'm going to flip these over. And get my adhesive going here. And we'll just about have a card ready. Whoops. That one's not rolling too good. Let's see if it'll roll on this. There it goes. Now these little guys got wasted, which is kind of a bummer, but you can use any kind of paper here you want on the front. So we just take this card, I'll lay it flat so you can kind of see. Now you see how it has the border around it, which is kind of nice. It's just different than some of our layering dies, excuse me, cover all of that section. But here on these, you see a little bit of what's left behind there. And then I'll go ahead and add this here. And I'll press that down. And let me go find that gift card. What did I do with that? Here it is. So let's get that ready to go. Awesome. All right, so here's our card. Again, you're going to have to cover that up because you can see there's something coming through there. So flowers, some kind of decoration, embellishments. The easiest way would be another square rectangle. You have your card front there. Make sure that stays down. You open it up. Boom. So easy, right? Wasn't that easy? 4 dies. You can do whatever else you want. Look at you have all this space to work with, to decorate with. You can make it without the gift card also as an option. This was the one that I created yesterday while I was playing around. Where did that one go? I do have it here. So this was a little more Valentine's theme, but I just used a white background with a couple red, pink pattern paper. So a couple different options. These are the ones I made. Really fast, really easy. These are the more exciting ones. You can do so much with this. The flowers are all included, but any extra stamps and dies you have, you can add to it just like that. All right, that's the Stamps of Life Flip It card. I'll try to keep all this together so when I clean up, I can find everything. All right, hope you like that one. Again, most of the Flip Its are like that. Just that easy. So if you're concerned or worried about Flip Its being hard to do, don't worry at all. They are super, super easy. Flip Its are super, super easy. You will love them if you've never tried them. Again, I made that with 3 big dies. The 1 extra was for the gift card. So 3 or 4 dies, your card is good to go. Decorate with some embellishments. Have fun with that one. All right, we're moving on. Let's see, what else do we have? We are to our next item, which is a Fold It. And with spring coming up, it's kind of good. Let's see. I know I have a little slide for this. Where is it? Card kit. Nope. None of those. Oh, flower pot. Here we go. flower pot from December. Oh, my eyes are bad today. Or the print's smaller or something. I got to make up some kind of excuse for why I can't see. December of 2019. So even this one, we're almost a little over 5 years old on this one. The flower pot folded. It does come with it 2 big dies that will do most of the work for us and a couple decorative dies. Let's check it out. I have some cool samples here to share with you. And then since yesterday was President's Day, we also do have some fun facts about presidents. We'll get to that in just a second. So let's check out these card samples that I have. Well, my table is just filled with cards here, so I got to make some room. All right, so here are some samples. With the fold it, you can do your fold on the top, which this one is a top fold, or on the side. You have different options. Here it's decorated with some flowers from our Love Bug collection of stamps and dies. It says, "You make me smile." And that opens up like that. And here's using some nice flowers and pattern paper solids. The flower pot is especially really easy to decorate. And that's to and from. So maybe you could add a little gift card in there, or you could use that as a gift tag. That would be a fancy gift tag. This says, "Sending you bugs and hugs." Bugs and hugs. Oof. That's again, Love Bugs to stamp. And that opens on the top. You can see how that opens up there. You have all that space. I think this one's on the side. I'm looking for a side one. Yeah. So here it says, "Thanks a bunch." And this is a side open. So you can also do that. "Sending you a paper hug." So you have that option. You can open it like that. And then last one, here it is on a card front. So you've just cut out the die set and add it to a front. Super easy on all of those. Okay, let's go. Where are we going to go next? Switch over to me for a minute. And then if you're on the website, you would just type in, I think if you type in flower pot, it would come up. And I'll show you what you get here. It's an A2 size card. So if you're almost all the foldeds, unless they say they're 5x7, are A2 cards, just to give you an idea of the size of these, okay? Again, if you're new to the Stamps of Life or you haven't used a folded, foldeds right now are just about our most popular die set to work with. Again, easy to use. There we go. So on the Stamps of Life website, you got a bunch of nice card samples. Let's see if we can enlarge them a little bit. And we'll scroll through those. Thanks a bunch. I'm not sure. These might all be different than the ones that we have here. So let's scroll through them. Thanks a bunch. All those nice flowers come with it. Again, and think about this. With this die set, you can add anything you want in the pot. It doesn't have to be flowers. You can make it just something different, special, like a barrel of apples. You could put a bunch of apples or strawberries, or with Easter coming up, you could just add some Easter eggs to it just for fun. There's the flowers that are included, and you can add little characters to it. Our little bees and our little, I think that's a pudgy bird there. And a basic "thank you for being my friend. Nice. Get well soon." Oh, our designer took that same die set and made it into a boxcar. In order to do that, you have to have a box it die set, which is also on the Stamps of Life website. And there's the dies. Back to the beginning. So you get 6 dies, and there will be a video there with Stephanie also then on the website. And then you see all these different flowers you could get if you wanted to add and mix and match some different flowers. So those are all on the website too. All right, getting a little behind here, so let's keep on moving. Our fun facts for our presidents. Let me see if I can get these. I don't know if I can read them on the smaller screen, so I will try to. No, that's really covered up. So I will tell you some of these fun facts about presidents. Some of them might be fun. We just had President's Day yesterday, right? Some of them might be kind of sad, but they're facts. So let's see if I can do it here or not. I'm going to try to share that screen. We're going to share a screen, and I'm going to, nope. Where is the share a screen? We want, yes, share. We're going to try the fun facts about. All right, hopefully you can see that. It just looks like a bunch of, I don't know if I can read it here. Let me try. So George Washington. Oh, no, that's number 5. We want to get back up to number 1. See if these are really interesting or not. I'm not sure they are, but let's see. What are you guys seeing? Are you seeing me yet? Great. Let me switch back over to that. So President's Day facts. President's Day was enacted almost 100 years after George Washington died. Why are these commercial things keep popping up? I don't want that coupon. Let me see if I can enlarge that. Maybe that will help. So 100 years after, George Washington died 1799. And it was almost 100 years later before they started caring about presidents. Sad. That's a sad one. President's Day goes by many names. Usually it's called George Washington's birthday. They tried to combine it with Lincoln, Washington's birthday. When I was a kid in school, I remember it being Washington's birthday, and they tried to combine Lincoln in there. I don't think they legally passed that, so now they just call it President's Day. Abe didn't get his own day, and George kind of lost half of his day. Bummer. Now it's always celebrated on Monday, but it was not originally. Washington's birthday is actually on February 22nd. So we celebrated his birthday a little bit early this week. It's always on a Monday now. Let's see. Any information here about George? He was a general. Let's see. George Washington was the most popular president in American history. Awesome for him. Being a president is a dangerous job. This will be a good one. Being president of the United States is rewarding, but it's also a dangerous position with a threat of harm ever present for those seeking to disable the country. One president, William Henry Harrison, learned the hard way that it's not only people that can be deadly. The 9th president of the United States, he caught a cold following his inauguration speech, which turned into pneumonia. Sadly, he died only 31 days after becoming president. Wow, he's the shortest. This one's an interesting one. George Washington was not the first president to live in the White House. Do you guys know why? Because there was no White House. He couldn't live there because it was not finished. The first to move in was John Adams in 1797. So George didn't even get to live in the White House. Bummer. Let's see. The first 7 presidents of the United States were born in England. Wow. The first president that was actually born here in the United States, Martin Van Buren, the 8th president. That makes sense because everybody that came here came from Europe. So mostly they came from England. Only 2 presidents signed the Constitution. I thought that was interesting. James Madison and George Washington. Let's see. Here's some good ones. Politics is not the only talents our presidents have. This will be our last one. Thomas Jefferson was an architect who designed buildings for the University of Virginia and his home in Monticello. Teddy Roosevelt was fond of boxing, leaving him blind in one eye. Go Teddy. Barack Obama won a Grammy Award in 2006 for doing voicing on his book, Dreams from My Father. Bill Clinton, remember he was a saxophonist. He could play the sax. He was in the band in high school. And Ronald Reagan was an actor and comedian. And he was known for the assassination, for saying when they tried to assassinate him, I forgot to duck, which is kind of funny, right? I forgot to duck. Good job, Ronald Reagan. So all our presidents, happy President's Day. I think that's enough for our fun facts. Let me switch back over. Where am I? What happened? What happened? Oh, there I am. Sorry. I don't quite have all these buttons down. Let's see how our chat's doing. Did you guys know any of that stuff about presidents, or did you care? Let's see. I'm behind on the chat. Let me catch up here. Great sample. Store day was fun, Gail says. Awesome. You guys don't care about presidents that much, right? But I think all our presidents do some good and some not good. A combination, right? But there's some interesting facts. Let's check out our flower pot folded. Let's move over and see what we can do with that. All right. Again, this one has 6 dies. We only need 4 of them. I'm going to do a cheat. I have some flowers pre-prepared by somebody on our design team that I took the liberty to use some of their flowers. So when you see these flowers, don't go, oh, wow, Ken's really awesome. No, I did not make these flowers myself, but I can at least show you how to cut the folded. So let's get that going. We don't need a lot here. What will work for our base of our card here? Oh, I don't think it really matters. Well, it might show up a little behind there, but it might look good. Let's give this a try. So let's do our fold. This cardstock is a little bit different. It kind of has a shine to it. Sometimes we get these scraps around here that get sent to us by other companies when we get products sent in or something. So this is just like a scrap sheet, but I'm trying to use it for this card. So fold it. It says place your fold here or on the side. We're going to do the top. All right. We're going to run this through there. Now this one is a little bit different in that you don't have to decorate the front, or you don't have to do the extra layer on the front like we normally do on folders, because this already has a straight line. Whoops. And whoops, my other. So the flower pot is supposed to have a straight line. Now, when we do this, like on a dog fold it or a cat fold it, it doesn't look right to have that line on the top. But here with the flower pot, it can be straight across the top. So we're not going to have to add the extra piece on this folded. So let's see what we can do without doing the extra layer. And I'm using white in the background. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I haven't done this with white as the background because we have to add some layers to it. So here's my fold. There is my card, folds up on the top. Nice so far. And this is the inside piece, and we can get a couple different colors if we run this through twice. So let's try couple interesting colors, maybe some colors that I used yesterday to kind of reuse some of this cardstock. What will match with that? Probably like a nice pink. Oh, I think those two will go together. We'll try anyway. So we'll have some pattern on here, and then we'll do some solid. So I just really want the top of this right here. I think this is going to work. I didn't do this part yesterday, you guys, so I'm not 100% sure how this is going to come out. But let's give it a shot. I'm trying to paper piece this part, just so you know what I'm doing. And I think it will work, but I'm not 100% sure. But let's give it a shot. So I'm just trying to create like what would be the top here. So I just need the little top piece of this. And yeah, that did work. Okay, so there's the top. Good. And then we need the bottom to the bottom of this pot. So let's run it through again. And we'll get both pieces this time. And we'll run that through one more time. I think that looks good. It's right on the edge. We don't want it to be that close to the edge. Might slide off. So let's go through one more time. And this is, again, just to put the layer. We could have a white flower pot if we wanted, or it could have been brown or any color we chose. But I'm just trying to use the inside dies here too, just to show you the different options of things that you can do. All right. So that worked. Now, what did I do with my card base? Let's see. I have those two pieces. I have that. Does anybody see my folded card here on the table? It has mysteriously disappeared. There it is. Okay. Again, if you just wanted a white pot, you could just go just like this and start decorating, add some sentiments on there. Perfect, ready to go. We are going to add some layers to the front of our card and give it a little bit extra interest there. And I've chosen to do like a pink and a red here. Good so far. There's my adhesive. I've been doing good about not losing stuff here, but all of a sudden things are starting to get misplaced. They're all somewhere here on this desk, but they still manage to get out of my sight, or where I expect them to be. Okay. All right. So we can add this to the top. Now, this is where there's going to be a little bit of contrast, right? Because I have white under here. Just to know ahead of time, if you want it to match, you want your card base to maybe match or coordinate with your colors. But I think it looks pretty good. Again, not Valentine's Day, but there is an idea. There's our flower pot. If we had some other, we could also use this other piece if we wanted to just go all pink. So pretty easy so far. And then I had these fancy flowers from one of our design team members. Look at that. How nice is that? Could I do that? No, I don't think I could. I don't know that I would have the skill for it or the patience, either one. But let's get some adhesive on here. We're going to add some borrowed flowers that I had here from a card from a long time ago. And we're just going to take those and we're going to add those right. I think that will work right on top. How about that? Is that a fancy, nice looking card or what? So those flowers really look good. You have your inside area that you can decorate. You can add some sentiments to. Use your imagination. These pots could be any color you want. You see, on this card, I really didn't need that red, but if we wanted it to show, I could just move these flowers up a little bit too. And that looks even better. Now we can see some of the difference in the pot. So you can see the little bit darker red, the pattern paper there, and then that solid pink. So that's pretty nice. I like that one. And I hope you like it too. Go crazy with the flowers or just keep it simple. Add little characters in there. You can do all kinds of different things with this, but that is the Stamps of Life. Fold it, and you can make this into a box card. If you wanted to add it to a bulletin board or a scrapbook page, or maybe you're making a banner, you could use this kind of die set for all those things. Here it is again. Let me show you one more time on a card front, and then also all decorated with a lot of extra work on that one using some cutouts, stamps and dies from our love bugs. So you have all those different kind of options with this one. Great. So much fun, right? So much fun. Well, we have looked at some awesome items today. Again, the point of Take Two Tuesday is we're wanting to remind you guys, if you have these things, to use them. A lot of the new items that we release can be added together with a lot of these old items that you have. So break them out, use them. If you do not have them, they are available on the website. Again, at the end of the show, down at the comment section, I'll add all the links. All right. Okay, that is it for our presentation as far as our stamps and dies. We're going to move on to I think I have everything here. I do have a question for you guys. We're in Matthew chapter 26. We're going through the Bible. We just have a couple more chapters in Matthew, and then I think we're going to switch over. We won't go chapter by chapter, but we're going to go into Proverbs for a little bit. And there's a lot of wise things in Proverbs. We'll just look at a verse here or there and just have little short, brief comments about it. But I hope you'll keep joining me for that. So if you want to keep up with us, we're in Matthew 26 today. I have to turn on, I have my Bible today on my tablet here. Sometimes I use a regular Bible. Sometimes I use my phone. There's all kinds of different ways that you can get them. So the great thing is, even if you don't have a Bible, you can get one for free. And they have different versions, some that are like more modern day English. And then they have the more, the more formal, like New King James, which is challenging for me to read. I read the New King James, which is kind of similar to King James, but again, a little bit more modern, makes a little bit more sense. So there's all kinds of options. If I could show you, I just have the app down here. I click on the app. Whoops, where is it? And it's called YouVersion Bible app, and they have like a verse of the day and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then I just click that, and that gets me to my Bible, to Matthew 26. And so I'll give my question for you guys today, and I'm sure you're all going to say yes, even if you don't want to admit it. The question for you today is, have you ever wished you could take back some words that you said? Is there ever a time that you said some words which, I wish I wouldn't have said those things? I bet we all have, right? Maybe there's something specific that pops into your mind about a time you said something you wish you wouldn't have said. Well, today we're going to find out. Our guy Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, he kind of gets into some conversation with Jesus, and I bet he wishes he could have taken back those words. I bet he wishes he would. And his words, I kind of think, are a result of pride. Pride. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today, okay? So as we go through, and I see some of you are being honest and saying, yep, many times. Oh, yes, I know I'm in that. So I know if you're not typing it in, it's just because you don't want to. I would probably be shy and not want to admit that, oh, yeah, there was a time that I wish I could take back those words. But one thing I know the Bible says is be slow to speak and quick to listen. So if we can just practice that all the time, we'll be like way ahead of the game. Like, just don't say whatever's the first thing that is come to your mind. Be slow to speak and quick to listen, the Bible says, right? So that's good. Peter, he would kind of just let some words come out. He's a great guy. He's like us. We have our ups and downs in life. So we're going to see some of Peter's kind of downs here. So let's do the overview. And we are starting with verse 1 to 5. I'm just giving you little summaries. You can read all this for yourself. It's very interesting. The plot to kill Jesus is all put together. Jesus says he knows ahead of time. He says in 2 days it's going to be the Passover and I'm going to be crucified. So he's aware of what's going on, but it tells us that the high priests, the religious guys, says by trickery they're looking to kill him. Interesting, it says, but they don't want to do it at the Passover feast because they don't want an uproar among the people. Remember, possibly millions of people are in Jerusalem right now for the Passover. They don't want to upset the people. They want to kill Jesus. They don't want to upset the people. But I always think about that. They think about the people, but they don't think about upsetting God. These are supposed to be the religious people, and they don't really care that God knows what they're doing or what they're up to. I don't know. That's how we think. Sometimes we think backwards. We might be concerned about what people think, but even more important is what does God think? And then Jesus, I was going to look this up. There's this woman in the next 7 verses. What is it? 6 to 13. She comes and she just wants to worship Jesus. And he's sitting and she brings this. It's an expensive kind of fragrant oil, it says. And she just pours the oil on the feet of Jesus. And she's doing this as an act of worship. Now, whatever she poured on his feet, it was very, very valuable. And the disciples started saying, oh, why did she waste this? And Jesus said it wasn't a waste for her to do this, to worship the Lord in this way. She brought the very best probably that she had. In that time, it might have been like her dowry or something that she would bring on into marriage. And she took it and she just poured it out in worship on the feet of Jesus. Now, even to us, it might seem like a little bit wasteful or something like that. But if anything you do for the Lord, he's going to bless you for that. And it goes on to say that this thing that she did, Jesus says it's awesome what she did. And it's going to be remembered for all time. And like, here we are still remembering what this woman does. Was it Mary from Bethany who lived there? Was it Mary Magdalene? We don't know who this woman was. It could have been somebody else. I meant to look this up a little bit more and I forgot. So I apologize on that one. And then the next section. So I think this might have triggered Judas because the very next section, Judas betrays Jesus. It says he went and he met with the chief priests, the religious guys, and they made a deal with Judas to sell Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. He would betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. So maybe what happened here before when Jesus said, when they were upset about the waste and Jesus said it's not wasteful, that might have triggered Judas to go through with this plan. Possible, it doesn't say, but I kind of think it did because it follows that instantly. And we know that Judas, obviously ends up being a bad guy, but he was interested in the money bag, some of the other parts of the Bible said. And so he was probably looking and hoping, whoops, let me get rid of, I forgot to change my screen. Sorry, guys. We don't need to have the flower pot on there anymore. Where are we? Take Two Tuesday. There. So he was definitely interested in money and power, and Jesus wasn't going for either one of those things. So for some reason, he thought it was time, and God's using all this, even the things that Judas did to fulfill his prophecies and fulfill the plan. Then they celebrate the Passover. that's when they all come together in the upper room. I'm sure you've seen the pictures, the Last Supper. So picture that. They've all gathered in this upper room. Jesus is discussing his last days with them. And it comes to where they're eating, and they would dip their food all together and share like out of pots. They didn't really have plates and utensils like us. They would use bread like to dip in sauces and eat. So they're all sharing the same food. And Jesus said, you know, the one who dips his hand in the food with me and shares with me, he's going to betray me. And they all go, is it I? Is it I? Is it I, Lord? And it gets to Judas, and he says, is it I? And Jesus said, you have said it. So Jesus doesn't really call them out. It might have just been a discussion between the two of them because nobody suspected Judas. Isn't that interesting? We never read that. All the other disciples knew it was going to be Judas all the time. He's very deceptive, or he kept things, his motives, his plan was very hidden because nobody knew. Jesus said he was going to be betrayed, but nobody knew who it was going to be. All right, we're going to skip verse 13 to, or 31 to 38. That's where we'll come back and we'll talk about Peter and his words. And then we get to the prayer in the garden. And so Jesus has gone off with his disciples. They've left the upper room. They're going, oh, did I miss? Oh, part of the Lord's Supper. So as they dined that time, they also had communion, which is the bread and wine that we celebrate Jesus' death and how he gave his body and blood for us. So if you're not familiar with that, communion, when we go to take the bread and the wine, the juice, the grape, however you celebrate it, it's remembering what Jesus has done for us. And it says that his body and blood would be for the remissions of our sins. So as Jesus is sacrifice, he gives us his life for us, for our sins. When we believe in him and trust in him, God forgives us of all of our sins because of what Jesus did. He paid a price that is really, we'll read about it, what he goes through and his suffering and the difficulty, but it's far beyond what we could understand, what Jesus did for us on the cross. So we'll get to that later. But then we get to, again, we skip the part with, now we're in the garden. So we've left the upper room, we're at the garden, and Jesus is praying. He brings a couple of the disciples with him, and he asks them to pray with him, but he goes off to pray, and they go to sleep. And he comes back, and he wakes them up. Hey, couldn't you just pray with me for a little bit? He goes off to pray, and he comes back and finds them sleeping again. It's kind of sad. It's kind of a battle between the flesh and the spirit. And if we don't really discipline ourselves, the flesh is going to often win out. When it's time to pray, all of a sudden we get sleepy or tired, or when it's time to read our Bible, I'm really worn out. But you know, if you are watching TV or doing some recreations, like you never get tired or you never wear out. But when it comes to spiritual things, all of a sudden it happens to me. It's kind of a weird thing. So the disciples were in that spot. And then Jesus says, okay, like enough. It's my betrayer is here. They come and they arrest him. They bring a big force of police officers, military guys from the temple, and they arrest Jesus and they take him off to stand trial. Here it is in the middle of the night, probably like an illegal setup where they are putting Jesus on trial, and not something they should be doing, but they have chosen to do. Again, it's like the middle of the night and they're putting Jesus on trial. Again, remember how they said they didn't want to do this while all the people are around. So they're kind of being sneaky and tricky. Well, Peter is following the court hearings and what's going on. And then it does come to the point where Peter denies even knowing Jesus, and which is sad. We'll go back to this in a second, but he denies even knowing Jesus. And so here we are at the end. Imagine all the people that were with Jesus before. And it says that when he was arrested, all his disciples fled. Well, Peter was there for a bit. He follows him at a distance. He denies knowing Jesus. So basically, the end of chapter 26, Jesus is all alone. And, it's kind of sad to think there was all those people following him, all the people that he had healed and the lives that he had touched, the people who wanted him to become the king, and they were ready to push him forward to do that. But now he's all by himself, which is very sad and disappointing. Okay, let's go back to verse Where are we? Verse. Where is Peter? Oh, Peter, where's our buddy? Back to verse 20 or 31. Okay, I do have this so we can all read it together. Verse 31, and I should have a slide. Shelly, you might be the only one on Facebook, Shelly. Most everybody is on YouTube. So you got to start finding this on YouTube. Then you won't feel like you're alone. Let's see. I think some people jump in and out on Facebook, but we got about 40 people over here all together. Oh, where is that? I have that, and I should have our verse. There we go. Okay, it says, then Jesus said to them all. So we're back just before the garden where he's praying. Jesus said to them all of you will be made to stumble because of me this night. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I have been raised, that's his resurrection, I will go before you to Galilee. And Peter answered and said to him, so here's Peter's moments where he probably should have kept his words back. And it's kind of a result of pride. Even if all are made to stumble because of you, I will never be made to stumble, he said. See how he kind of compares himself to other people? And then Jesus said to him, surely I say to you that this night before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. And Peter said to him, even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you. And so said all the disciples. And that's from Matthew 26, verse 31 to 35. So Peter, in his pride, and again, pride will kind of cause us. Pride is a real big problem, and the Bible talks a lot about pride, and it warns us about pride that we have to be super careful not to be prideful people. Well, here Peter is saying, hey, I'm better than all these guys, Jesus, all these other disciples. I'm not like them. I'll never fail you. I'll never let you down. And then he says, even if I have to die, I will not deny you. So not only is he comparing himself to the other guys, trying to make himself look better than them, he's also arguing with Jesus. Jesus said, this is how things are going to happen. And Peter's first response is, no way, that's not going to happen. I would never deny you. So here we have this position of pride. Peter thinks that he knows better than God. Peter thinks that he is better than the other disciples. So you can really see where the problem of pride has caused or put Peter in these really awkward and difficult positions. And we read how at the end he did deny the Lord, right? And what does it say at the end? He just went out and he wept. Now the good news is later on, Peter is restored. Jesus restores him. Jesus didn't just give up on him. Jesus knew ahead of time what Peter was going to do. But Jesus also knew ahead of time that he was going to use Peter to do great things for God's kingdom. So later on in the book of Acts, we see Peter serving the Lord faithfully. He's like totally different. He still comes, there's some spots where he has ups and downs again. He's Peter. But I think a lot of that pride disappears from him. And God will humble us some of the time when we get in that position where we're prideful. I won't do this or do that. Well, you know what? Like Peter here, the things we say we would never do, we are capable of doing those things. And the things that we'll say, that would never happen to me, or it's all possible. So we don't want to have that kind of attitude where we're prideful, thinking that we've got it all together or we are better than other people. We really need to have that place of humility, not being so fast to speak, right? Watching our words like we've talked about. But I do have some really good verses here that I want to share with you. You'll find about pride in the Bible, you will find a ton of information about pride, and God warns us about it. So here I'll read a few of the verses I have. From Proverbs 13, verse 10, it says, by pride comes nothing but strife, but with the well-advised is wisdom. So pride produces strife. What is that? Like arguments, agitation, getting people upset with it. You ever notice like when somebody says, I'm better than you, or they compare what they did with what you did, they take that pride. It doesn't make anybody happy, right? And then Proverbs 16:18 says, this is a good one, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. So often people or even for us, if we're in that position where we're prideful, something's going to come our way that is going to knock us down a level. I think God will do that on purpose to get our attention. So it can lead to big fall. And then Proverbs 6:16, and this is a good one. These 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. And it has this list, but the first thing the Lord hates is a proud look. And there's 6 other things listed too. That's in Proverbs 6. The first thing it says that God hates is pride. And then I think our last, let's see, also, and Peter wrote this himself, so he kind of had learned a lesson in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5. It says, likewise, you younger people, submit yourselves to your elders. Yes, all of you be submissive to one another. So we're all to submit to one another. We're not to try to be the person in charge all the time or boss people around or take advantage of it. It says, everybody just submit to other. Be clothed with humility, for God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. I think that really sums it up. Do we want to fight against God? If we do, let's just take the position of being proud. I'm proud of me or what I've done or how great I am or how awesome or this amazing thing or this position I have or I know it all these different things put us in a position of pride. But you know what it says right there? God is going to resist us if we do that. I don't want to be fighting against God. I'm sure you don't want to be fighting against God. But it says the very next parts, but he gives grace to the humble. So if we take that position of being a servant, of humbling ourselves, of realizing we don't have it all together, we don't know everything, God is going to give us grace. Don't we all need God's grace? I know I need God's grace. I assume all of you need God's grace, and I would rather have God's grace for sure than for him to be resisting me, working against me, because there's no way I'm going to win, right? God's always going to win out. So let's take that place of being humble. We talked about before. Let's watch our words. Let's be slow to speak, quick to listen, and hopefully we'll avoid these things. We're all, I'm sure, going to have some moments where we fail, we come up short. But it's good to know that God, we have grace. God will forgive us if we turn, we change. Ask God if I should be asking God, make sure I'm not prideful today. We should all be asking that. If you ever find your position where you feel like you're being prideful or boastful, you can ask God to forgive you, and I'll also ask God to change you. Maybe sometimes it's hard to keep the words in that you're thinking, but God will work with us if we have a willingness to change. All right, that's it. We're going to wrap it up today. Thank you so much for joining me for Take Two Tuesday. I think we had a fun time. I think we all had a fun time. I'm glad you guys were all here. Again, if you miss any of this, go back to the beginning. It's taped and recorded and all that stuff. Maybe you want to go back over some of the things we talked about on the devotional. It's all there. Or you want to see some of the items we reviewed today. Everything is available. It will be on YouTube, Facebook. And yeah, let's see. I got to get my slide back here. That is going to be it. I want to wish all of you an awesome and wonderful day. Thanks for joining me again for Take Two Tuesday. And I will see you next Tuesday. We'll be back for another episode. I got to start planning ahead for what we'll do. And then reminder, tomorrow night, we have a live release with Stephanie, something brand new and different. So that is something to look forward to. And then Thursday night, we'll be back for Stephanie's Crafting Corner. All right, I don't see no questions. Everybody had a good time, I think. I think everything was working here pretty good. And I want, again, have a awesome day. And I hope that God blesses each and every one of you in special ways. And I just hope you can notice and see how good God is to you and to me and to all of us. We have much, much to be thankful for, right? Okay, I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.